These are the new INIU power banks. This one right over here is 25 milliamps at 100 watts, and this is a 10,000 amps at 27 watts. Now, with 10,000 milliamps, we can charge our phones in average for about 3 times each of the phone. Of course, this will depend on the phone that we are using, and if we use a 25,000 milliamps, then we will be able to charge in average about 7 times our mobile phone, and that's huge. Now, the Cougar P63, which is this one right over here, is the smallest power bank with 100 watts of power available. It charges and discharges at 100 watts via the USB Type-C port, which is enough to charge, for example, my MacBook Pro to 50% in about 30 minutes or so. It also has a 45 USB Type-C output and an 18 watt USB Type-A output. And since it can recharge at 100 watts, it can go back to 100% in about an hour or so. It's a power bank that works for phones and also for other devices like laptops and tablets. And in fact, you can charge up to 3 devices at once at the rated power levels that we have just seen. And it has this button right over here that I didn't mention that will show us the percentage of the battery inside, and it's quite small, as we can see. It has this rubberized feeling on the material, so really well built. On the other hand, we have this one right over here, which is 10,000 milliamp model that has a built-in USB Type-C cable that doubles as carrying strap and can also charge and discharge at 27 watts. It also has a second USB Type-C port in and out at 27 watts and a USB Type-A port at 15 watts. And it has this button that shows us the battery level and activates also a mini flashlight, which is actually really cool. I can just double tap and it will activate that small flashlight, which can be handy if we don't have battery on our mobile phone and we need to look at something that is close to it. It's a nice touch. I wouldn't rely on it to light the way, but to take a closer look at something, it's great. Now, power banks are easy not to manufacture because this is a complex device right over here. It has a built-in battery, but on our usage on a daily basis, it is a quite simple device that usually we don't pay too much attention. But when necessary, like a few days ago that we had a blackout, now these were really necessary. In my opinion, not only necessary when we are on a blackout, but for example, when I do have to go outside shooting and do any activity, I like to take my drones, my cameras, and I always take with me a power bank that I put on my backpack, connected to a cable and charging a device that while I'm not using, it's charging the batteries, like the drones that I use. So it's always great to have a power bank at hand, and INIU has been developing for quite a few time this kind of power bank, and they are really sturdy, well built, and they last a lot. Actually, they are also great to put power on one of these setups like I do have right over here on my camera, so that I don't rely only on the small battery of the camera and I can have about 25,000 milliamps to power it. I will leave some links down below so that you can check out prices, availability and whatnot of these new devices from INIU. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.